Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my kitchen and channel. So today I'm going to show you how I make my lentil peas or curry lentil peas. It seems to be a lot of people are making that lentils or lentil peas curry. So I've already washed my lentils here and I'm adding it to the pot. Together with water to boil to soften up that beans. That's 4 cups of water, and to that I'll be adding 1 teaspoon of salt. We're going to give that a turn and we're going to let that come to a boil till it softens. And I'll show you the next steps in putting it together. So let's check the lentils. The water, most of it has dried up and it is feeling soft to me. So yeah, it is good. So I'm going to strain out or drain out this and I'll show you how to put it together. In the same pot, after it has been drained, the lentil peas, you're going to add some oil. Let that come to heat. So let's get cooking and putting this lentil peas, curry lentil peas together. In this plate here, I have onions that has been cut up fine or diced. I have garlic. I have tomatoes, I have a sprig of thyme, fine thyme, I have pimento peppers, and I have chives or chives and celery. So let's get putting this together. So now that the oil has heated, we're going to add our onions. Our garlic, let that saute up for a little bit. We're also going to have 2 tablespoons of curry powder, together with some saffron or turmeric powder. I will leave the measurements in the description box. Now that the onion and garlic has a nice, slightly light golden brown color, I forgot to mention half a scotch bonnet pepper. In goes the fine thyme and the pimento peppers, and in goes my tomatoes or tomatoes. And my curry powder, saffron powder, tumeric powder, and my roasted ground geera powder goes in. Together with some water. Give this a mix. Let that fragrance from that fine thyme ooze out and get to that curry powder or curry paste mixture. I also have the chives and the celery that will go in just before it's finished. And I have some salt, just a sprinkle, because the lentil peas were boiled with that 1 teaspoon of salt. So let this fry up for a little bit. Now that it has fried up nicely, yet with that tomatoes remaining and the pimento remaining with that red color, I will add my lentil peas. Goes in. We're going to give this a mix. And as you can see, that lentil peas is softened already, so it will not take too long to cook or to mix to combine with all those onions and garlic and pimento flavor. And lastly, in goes the chives and the celery. I will add back some water now. The water is to make that sauce. So you will add back how much water you want or like to your consistency. Add a little and mix. Because when it is finished and you turn off that stove, it will continue to get a little thicken up on you, so you have to know how much water to add back in, so at least when it cools down after finishing, it will not get too thick unless you like it on the thick side. And this is good for me. I'm going to cover it back and let it continue to cook. See how pretty that looks with all those red colors and the white from the chives. Let me give you a closer look to it. I only added half of the Scotch bonnet pepper. If you want it more on the spicier side, you can add the other half. It smells really nice here with those curry flavor. And it's not a heavy curry. As you can see, it's not on the green side. It's just a slight, you could say a slight curry with that 2 tablespoons of curry powder. You're going to give it a taste at this point. And if it's missing any salt, you're going to add it in. So for me, it's missing that little salt. I do not cook with too much salt on the whole. And that's it. Curry lentil peas or curry lentils. So I'm going to cover it, as I said. Just give it a few minutes again. Let that flavor of that sprig of fine thyme get into that properly. One last final touch to it. You know I have to put my green seasoning in everything. So I'm going to put in 1 teaspoon of that green seasoning, which is with the bandania, the garlic, and more pimento peppers and hot Scotch bonnet peppers. Because it flavors up everything. We use that green seasoning basically in every dish we make. And everybody makes it different. Most of the time, I make it with just the bandania, the garlic, and the pimento peppers, and the hot Scotch bonnet peppers. Sometimes I add my celery to it. It depends on what I'm, whatever we get cheaper in the market. You can add celery, you can add parsley, you can even add that fine thyme, but you have to shell out that leaf, the fine leaf, from the stems. You can even add chives, parsley, as I said. cilantro, you know, whatever it's green seasoning, you can add it. I won't put mint leaves in it because not everything, you know, will taste nice with the mint flavor. And that's it, my lentils is finished. And I'm going to take it off now, like turn off the stove. And I'm just going to throw in the other half and leave it as is.